WYPA Up Radio with MC8. Steele and Big James has taken over the radio station.
Well, all right, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA. Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangsta Chronicles.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steele.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the James.
Yeah, because it seemed like Troy had his shit wrapped up tight because y'all ain't even had to go out of town, niggas, y'all. Y'all just go around Texas and be good.
Go around Texas and be good, you know. Then I had a group from Kansas City, right, called Mass 187.
Uh-huh.
And they were Crips, you know what I'm saying? And they ride around with the KC shit on all down here and stuff. I had to get them straight. Hell up, man. I respect what y'all got going on. Y'all signing my label. But I'm a hustler. I'm OG in this game, man. We don't just go trip because they got on red or they got on gray or they got on orange or whatever. So when y'all be with me and you see these dudes come around, don't y'all start tripping. They're going to respect y'all too. Because who I am, they ain't going to just start no shit because they know we're going to have a big old falling out if they do. So I had a group that was Cripped. And I remember going to Kansas City with them, you know what I'm saying? Going promoting Kansas City and go to the club. One side of the club is all Crips, the other side all blood. When they get on the dance floor, they dance and they go back to their side of town, they side of the club. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck? How y'all getting money like this? You know, I come down there to get some money. I brought some work with me to go promote for y'all and for me to hook up with everybody down in the city. I got me a new trap spot down there in Kansas City and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we named the album Crooked City and all this here. So I'm like, oh, man, this ain't gonna work, bro. We need to make some neutrals type shit. And it didn't really work. It did all right. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that at that particular time, that was in like 96 when I signed them in 1996. 96, 97, when I signed the major label signed the major label, they was having little issues and stuff because they couldn't go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because when they go, they flagging. Everywhere they go, they flagging totally. So when I go with them, we going to other places, the other side of town and stuff. Motherfucker knew I was. They like, Detroit, your boys tripping? I said, nah, man, they from Kansas City, bro. They just down there with me, man. They my group. They good. I mean, but I had to really talk to a lot of other people because they thought they was flagged. You know, if you flagging, you about it.
Right.
You know, and to the day, I have never learned not one of their gang signs. Now, I can't throw up not one sign. And I had some Crips with me as my artists. I done signed a deal with the people out of New York. We getting money. But I didn't never let them, what they were doing, drag me into what they had going on. I never let what they were doing drag me into it. I feel like, no, I'm going to drag y'all over on my side where I'm at as being a hustler. That way we can go where we want to go and do what we need to do. But I felt it a little bit when I had that group. Other than that, I never had no issues nowhere.
All right, so you out there hustling and doing your thing. You said you went and sat down and did a bid in 91, right?
Yeah, 91. I went and did a bid in 91, come back in 93.
And that's when you came out, and that's when Shortstop Records really started cracking and doing their thing, right?
No, I went to jail. I already had put out Scarface before then.
Oh, so you had already put out Scarface and went to jail and came back out and jumped in the game again?
Yeah, I went to jail in 89, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I put Scarface out in 89. I went to jail in 91. And now I come back in 93. I was out here by myself. My little brother was gone. That was like my little henchman gangster at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So then I started that's when I put out Mass 187, you know, and I put out another little group and stuff in 96 and 97. Then I was like, fuck this shit, man. This shit ain't gonna work. I gotta put myself out. Tell you what, I put myself out in 1998, sitting fat down south. I say, I put myself on the cover. I got an X500 big old Mercedes-Benz coupe. I got a Rolex, I got jewelry, I got the money, and people know who I am. So what I'm gonna do my own album. So I did my own album, and then I put everybody out the neighborhood on my album, and it popped off because I was never afraid to go nowhere and promote my shit. You know what I'm saying? When I had the other groups, they can't go everywhere because they flagging everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? So I can go to any car wash, any beauty shop, any hood, neighborhood. I jump out in my big old Cadillac or my coupe Mercedes Benz, and I got CDs, I got cassettes, and I got all this shit. I'm selling shit every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? I was hustling. I took the game from selling rocks to selling. First, I started selling cassette tapes when I had Scarface.
And you know what? And to be real with you, the Sitting Fat Down South was your label's biggest selling LP of all time, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sitting Fat Down South. You know, that's when I put that Wanna Be a Ball and all the other songs on there. You know what I'm saying? But that was me just putting other people that know how to rap out my city on with me and let me go promote it. Let me be the face. Instead of me putting somebody else on the face, and they don't want to leave their house, they don't want to leave their gal, and they don't want to go promote. And nigga, I'm in the clubs every night. I'm in the hood every day. Every day I'm leaving out the house, I got a bunch of wax. I was selling wax at one time. The 12-inch vinyl.
Yeah, the vinyl. Yep, the vinyl.
I used to sell 12-inch vinyl and cassette on the corner, in the hood, everywhere. You feel me? Then when I did Sit Fat Down South, I put it out, and then I caught a case in 98. Right? I caught a case in 98. And so I come back and say, you know what? I'm going to still put this album out. I put the album out, and while I'm fighting the case, the Fed case and shit, the album pop off.
Pop off while you fighting the case? Popped off while you was fighting the case, huh?
While I'm fighting the case. So come November, I had signed for some time. Now here it is. I got a video playing on BET, song playing and everything. You know what I'm saying? So when I had them to give me some extra time, and I went on and got it promoted right, kept it going. So, and I shot a movie while I was gone before I left. I shot a movie in 12 days. I shot my parts in 4 days. So I let my people know put the movie out, and I went and sat down in January, end of December to January. December, went to jail. I sat down there a year and a half, 18 months. I come home, that's when I signed with Universal.
So you didn't go major till you came home?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. You had an incredible journey.
I signed a deal with him, you know what I'm saying? I signed a deal with him before I went to jail. But I couldn't go promote or do nothing. But it already had legs, you know what I'm saying? Because Tony Draper had called me and said, man, these people down there in New York looking for you, bro. I said, who looking for me, T? He said, man, Universal Records trying to sign you. I said, man, I'm going to go to jail, bro. He said, man, they trying to holler at you, bro. So he put me on the phone with Monty Lip and them. Then they flew down the next day because I had a show. I was still doing shows before I went to jail. They came down, hollered at me, flew me to New York the next day. I did a deal with them, and then I came back home. And a month later, I went to jail.
Now, Troy, did you tell them white folks you was going to jail when you went down there and signed that paper with them?
No, did I? No, I ain't telling them. I ain't know exactly what I was gonna get yet, so ain't no need to tell y'all nothing till I get it straightened out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. When you say I'm gonna go get this check before I go to jail, they ain't gotta know that. I'm gonna get this check, and then we gonna figure it out.
They try to play me at first though. They didn't think I knew. Knew the paperwork and knew the business. You know what I'm saying? They flew me to New York by myself, but I called my lawyer in Philadelphia. He drove the train down there. We end up going over paperwork, and they see me reading everything line for line, line for line, line for line. No, I don't like this. Just don't take this out. Take this out. Take this out. I mean, they was tripping to see my lawyer not doing all that, and I was doing it. But I've been reading books about the business. You know what I'm saying? When I go take a shit, I sit there and read a book. While niggas on the counter hustling for a little bit, I go sit there and read the book. We ain't had the internet then, so I had to learn the business. So when after I went to jail, I called them about 4 months before I started getting out of jail, right? I say, y'all, look here, I'm finna get out of jail. We need to start a big baller shot caller, walk the walk, talk the talk, fresh off lock. We need to start doing all this, get some shit going on, you know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, Troy, we're gonna have to wait till you come home and all this shit is. I came home, I ain't must fuck with them no more.
Oh, so you just told them to give you a release?
Yeah, let me how I played this side, right? When I come home, I tell Monty, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Monty, here go my album cover. I want to put my album out. He said, Troy, man, we need to, this is my release date. He said, Troy, we can't give you no release date till we hear the music. I say, what you mean you need to hear the music? He say, well, the A&R department need to hear what you're going to put out. I say, hold up, I'm the A&R. When y'all heard my album, it was all already out selling and everything. That's why y'all came to me. So I'm not finna send my music down there and let somebody hear my music and tell me what they like. That's not what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want to give me a release date. I said, all right, well, I'm gonna just put this motherfucker out my goddamn self. Monty, come on now. You trying to stop my livelihood. So he said, you know what, Troy? We done made some money together. You've been a great artist and ain't no problem with you. I'm gonna release you. I said, cool. So he released me. The next day, 2 days later, I say, Monty. I called him, hey, Monty, hey, Troy, what's going on? You coming back? I said, no, I ain't get that check yet. He said, what check? I said, that pay or play check for $150. He say, what? I say, look in the contract. Either y'all put my next album out, if not, you gotta give me $150 and you still gotta pay me. He said, let me call you back. He hung up 10, 15 minutes later, called me back, hey, Troy's in the middle, you had tomorrow. I had to pay or play in the contract. If they ain't put my album out, they had to pay me.
Now that's some cold shit right there.
So I got $150 from them just to let me off their label.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, that next shit you put out blew up, didn't it?
No, it didn't. No, the World Trade Center blew up. I put the album out with Koch. With the Koch and got a 60-40 deal. So now I'm finna really get paid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm finna get paid. So, but the album came out September 11, 2000. On Koch, and it fucked up everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, rest in peace to all the people impacted in that. Because we not laughing at that day, ladies and gentlemen. We laughing at the situation he was in because everybody that put a record out that week flopped. Everybody, every last person. There
was a bunch of us. There was a bunch of us that put a record out that day. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of us that I can't think of everybody's names, but it was a bunch of records, bunch of albums that put out that day. And everything just went sour, you know what I'm saying? And my business, it took me under because when I got resigned with Koch, I had a big old ass, like a little mansion, not a little mansion, down there, mansion really. All the cars I wanted, the Mercedes, the 3 Mercedes-Benz, the Cadillac, the vans. I had Navigator, I had everything, all the jewelry I want. So now this deal with Koch, I'm getting 60-40 of the deal. I can, you know what I'm saying, relax and you know what I'm saying, kick back now. But shit, when that happened, that made me go underground. I mean, it took a lot of people out of business. I just never jumped off the building and killed myself or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But my money dried up with Universal, money dried up with Koch, the money dried up with Southwest Wholesale. We was all just like, whew.
Well, I'm going to tell you about that Southwest Wholesale. See, James, Southwest Wholesale was a big distributor down there. Mm. Yeah. Because them cats in Texas was selling a bunch of fucking records, didn't have to leave Texas. Them motherfuckers that filed bankruptcy, and all I remember is motherfuckers calling my line that day, talking about, man, if these motherfuckers don't give me my money, something gonna happen. You remember that day when Southwest Wholesale filed the bankruptcy shit and they closed the doors? Yep.
Look, before they closed those, right, I'm saying I had made almost like $500,000 fucking with them, right, on One Bill Baller. Mm-hmm. And then when I still had about, I think, 20-some thousand records still sitting on the ground at Southwest Wholesale when Universal came and picked me up, I made a deal with them. Let me sell off my catalog first before y'all put y'all shit out. Damn. I got some more money out there.
He a cold motherfucker. Troy, let me ask you this, because you got a brilliant business mind. Do you ever consult? Because I noticed it's very few of the artists in Houston wind up getting fucked over. You know, it's a few of them that do, but you don't hear a whole bunch of them horror stories. Do you usually game the young homies up before they jump in the game?
Man, they don't come ask. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a closed mouth don't get fed, but a lot of them, they don't feel by the wayside. You know, they ain't get the money they supposed to get. They ain't making money off a lot of the stuff they've been doing. It's just not publicized or nothing like this is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, if they come and talk to me, I'll lace them up. Yeah. You know, Universal Records don't must have my masters. James, why you looking at me like that, James?
I'm just sitting there tripping that this brother's sitting there and you know, because I'm on the other side where, you know, I seen the pimping going on, but the pimping is what I'm listening to right here. You actually getting your money without the BS. You know,
when I gave Universal the album, I gave them a CD, and they made copies off of it.
You just gave them the album that you had already put out and said, "Here you go, press this shit up."
Yeah, make y'all some copies. So they can't remix not one song of my shit. I got the reels.
So let me ask you this: so you didn't give them niggas none of the files or none of that shit? You just gave Troy, you know why we laughing? Because I love it, dog. You beat them motherfuckers at their own game pretty much, and you were so hot in the streets they couldn't do nothing but accept it.
They asked me a while back for the reels and all that. I gotta get them together. I got other songs on there. I gotta transfer them, and I ain't never gave them shit.
He said he gave them motherfuckers.
They just let it go.
Hey, what, they gonna come down and take it?
No, they ain't gonna do that.
I ain't gonna do it. You know what? So one thing I always wanted to ask you, because you clarified something. Scarface had the name Scarface before he went over to rap a lot. What made you decide, like when that happened, like you don't put all your time and invested your energy into this artist, man? You say you was staying at your mom's house, and then he come to you and want to go somewhere else. How was that? Was that a hard conversation?
Hell no, because I was making some money in the street. I ain't made no money with Scarface music yet. That wasn't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? It was like, shit, go ahead. I ain't tripping on that shit. Go ahead. I'll get another artist. I ain't care about that shit at the time. You know what I'm saying? And then when the James guy put it out, he called me and told me, you know what I'm saying, he needed to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? So he came and talked to me. I said, Jay, man, I ain't worrying about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do with Face, you can do with Face. I don't care about that. He said, look out, Troy, this is what I do for you. Once I get it popping, I get it going on, I'll come back and look out for you and give you some distribution or help you out some kind of way. All right, well, holler at me when you get it popping then. I ain't tripping. But as to right now today, he ain't never helped me out yet. I went to him for a favor, and he didn't give me the favor I asked for. Hey, it is what it is. I kept it popping.
You just kept it moving. Let me ask you this: when your song blew up, "Wanna Be a Baller" blew up, did he come try to holler at you?
Everybody did. They tried to get me to put my song on the Realest Niggas Down South album. When they came out, the Realest Niggas Down South, they wanted "Wanna Be a Baller" to be on that. I was like, no, y'all can't have my main song. I give you one of the other songs. Fuck them niggas, a bitch in my book or something. Y'all can have one of them songs, but other than that, we ain't had no ties together, no kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Now you from South Park.
Yeah. South Side, yeah, South Park.
South Side. Y'all used to have a lot of beef. Like I noticed down there in Texas, this used to be the North Side against the South Side. That shit used to jump off, didn't it?
Yep. We still went to the clubs out there.
Y'all still went to the clubs. There was a lot of niggas getting their cars, took and all kind of shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was back in the day. But you know, I ain't never had nobody take my car or try to take my car or try to jack me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I never had that issue. Most of them knew me, you know what I'm saying? And they used to call me Lil Uzi Man back in the day. So, you know, I had that little man complex too, you feel me? Back in hustling. I ain't have no big brother. So I'm my own big brother. You know what I'm saying? So we made it through all that shit like that, you know, because I said, Jay, man, look here, man, look, I got a couple bricks to the side, bro. I was doing Mass Wayne stuff. I said, man, give me $75,000 and I'll pay you back. Ain't no contracts or nothing. Just loan me the money, and that way I can have some money just to keep on flashing. I had a couple bricks need to get rid of here and there and shit. But I say, I need some money and I need some contacts. He say, shit, the contacts more important than the money.
You sound just like that nigga too, dog.
I'll never forget that, man. I say, well, give me both. He say, man, we'll talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I think I went and hit a lick or something, you know what I'm saying? I ain't need it. So I never really went back and pursued it and asked him for it, you know what I'm saying? So it was all good.
Yeah,